Hello everyone. See, today we are going to discuss about history chapter of class 9. The first chapter, French Revolution. Now, your textbook is divided into three sections. This is your first section and this is based on events and processes of history, okay, of revolution. So, let's first get some basic idea about what we are going to study in this first section. So, in section 1, we are going to talk about revolution and the process of revolution. In that, we will see French Revolution, Russian Revolution, and the rise of Nazism, right? So your first chapter is based on French Revolution. And we are going to talk about that how all these events are important, right, in making the modern world. If we specifically talk about first chapter, that is French Revolution, then in this chapter we are going to talk about how this whole ideas of liberty, freedom, equality that we take for granted and how these ideas arose, okay, how they came into existence. See, we just talk about these ideas of liberty, freedom, equality, and all these things, okay? These are very big words which we just use or we just read in newspaper or in any such magazines or anything like that. But we need to remind ourselves that these ideas have a history, okay? And French Revolution is a small part of that history. So French Revolution is one of the small part of this history, which is behind these ideas of liberty, freedom, equality. So, when we talk about French Revolution, it actually led to the end of monarchy in France, right? That's why it is called revolution. See, basically, what is revolution? When we talk about revolution, it means a complete change in the way we think, okay? So, in the way we think. So, it's a complete change. And this change in the way we think, this happened in France. And that's why it is French Revolution. Okay? Now, see, this French Revolution led to the end of monarchy in France. We know what is monarchy, in which only one ruler is there. Okay, and he has all the powers of decision making and everything. Okay, so this is monarchy, and this came to an end in France with the French Revolution. Okay, all right. So there was altogether different system of governance, and the declaration of the rights of man during the revolution announced the coming of new time. So with French Revolution, there came a new time, okay? And the idea that all individuals had rights and could claim equality, this idea became part of new language of politics. So this whole system of politics, in that this idea, which idea? That all the individual had rights and could claim the equality, this idea became the part of new system of politics. It became like a new language of politics, right? And these notions of equality and freedom, this emerged as the central idea. So they became central idea of new age. Now, is it that these ideas were taken by different countries? Yes, but these ideas were taken and interpreted by different countries in different ways. Okay, so different countries took it in different ways. Now, when all these things were happening in France, when this French Revolution was happening, during that time, the other countries also were involved in some kind of revolution, like in India, China, Africa, and South America. Now, these countries also produced ideas, and these ideas were also innovative and original. But they spoke in a language that gained currency only from the late 18th century. So these anti-colonial movements in India, China, Africa, and South America, they were also giving innovative and original ideas to the whole world. But these ideas gained currency only from the late 18th century. Gained currency means to came into use. So even these ideas were good and important. Okay. So this is what we are going to understand in, this is what the whole idea of this chapter 1. Now, this paragraph is about chapter 2, so we are not going to see this. Then this is also about chapter 3, so we will see this later on. So now let's talk about the actual first chapter, that is the French Revolution. Okay. Your chapter is actually starting with one story, okay? And that story we will see in our next video.